There's a large community, senior community in Contra Costa County, which is very conservative, that has a huge LGBT organization that's a member of that group, and that's a great resource there.
Great.
Question.
Yeah.
A number of members on the panel have talked about outreach. Do you have specific suggestions to all the pride organizations? Where are the places that we need to reach out beyond the senior centers? How do you reach that person who's not reading the mainstream newspaper or who doesn't necessarily watch TV? So how do we reach the LGBT senior?
Well, one of the things to do is not to assume that you're not reaching the LGBT community if you put something in a newspaper column, because LGBT people read those newspapers, and the ones who are isolated will see that notice and maybe come to that event. So one of the best ways is to contact all the elder newsletters, all of them, for seniors. And that way the word will get out. And all the senior centers, you can put up notices on there, send them a flyer, because by law, they're not allowed to discriminate. So I know people take down those notices, but keep going back and put them up again, because that's what I used to do.
Also put something in the AARP, because they're opening their doors to our community now where they never have before. And all of us over 50 belong to AARP. Whether we want to or not.
Okay, some of us.
I'd like to address it too. Don't forget churches. Churches are a great place. A lot of our older seniors still go to church. Senior centers, straight senior centers. We talk about this in our effort to do outreach and where we can find people. Senior centers, assisted living, independent living. Some places have an independent living, assisted living, and then a nursing home section. Just you go everywhere that seniors, that you can think of, that seniors would go.
Okay, and the other thing is health fairs. There's loads of senior health fairs happening. You can take flyers to those health fairs and just put them on the table, because you never know who is gay. You don't know who it is. And a lot of seniors are in the closet, and sometimes they go back in the closet when they go into senior housing. And so we want to encourage seniors to come out and you know, just to be supportive of each other. No matter what your age is, a gay person needs to be supported.
Yeah, another thing, I think it's important to serve on boards and commissions and represent the gay point of view. For example, I'm on the Alameda County Commission on Aging, and we put on a big health fair every year. And every time something gay comes up, I'm damn sure that I'll be there and speak up for the gay point of view.
Yeah, also, I just want to say too, you know, we talk about mainstream, but you know, we have to just be in all these businesses as well. Lesbians and gays have to be hired at places where they're visible as well, just like you want to see a person of color someplace, and you know, or someone who's, you know, that's like you in a particular place. You might relate to them more in healthcare and being honest with who you are. It really helped our gay and lesbian group to get going because of my visibility. And I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm just saying that I was there, as a sacrificial lamb sometimes too, but I was there, and it really helps to have somebody who's willing to do that. And it can't just be a gay and lesbian groups, cannot. It doesn't happen that way.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention two other resources, and I also have a question for the panel. I'm on the national board of the Gray Panthers, and I know they're very active in the Bay Area and in San Francisco. I was curious what kind of interaction you have had with them. And another organization that is, I think, a friendly resource as opposed to AARP is CARA, the California Association of Retired Americans. They're very active throughout California.
Just real quickly, I have a direct pipeline to Margot with the Gray Panthers. She sends me people, and they're there at our center every month.
Yeah, you might want to contact your local volunteer centers and let them know, because a lot of time seniors, I happen to run the volunteer center in our area, and seniors just call us for different concerns, and maybe that would be a great place also to let them know where there are any LGBT, services or.
I wanted to add too, to be thinking in terms of all the younger LGBT people who work as social workers and providers in services, and contact with them and then take that next step to the elders.
So we run a smaller pride organization in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I am now in charge of putting it on this year. So I was just wondering what we can do for our pride event to further incorporate our senior community to our pride event, besides just making sure that we have the amenities that are required for everyone to be comfortable. What can we do to make it as inclusive as possible for everyone?
Involve them somehow, like doing a personal history of themselves, with pictures and stories.
Okay.
Sort of like the scrolls.
Perhaps a party for seniors specifically.
Have a dance.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They love to dance. I dance with men and women both.
A tea dance, because we don't like to be out too late.
Oh, yeah. It has to be afternoon. 1 hour.
Speak for
1 hour.
yourself.
And I don't want to underestimate the pleasure of, like, we use a cable car, and those of us who can get up on it. But, I mean, to ride down the street and have people clapping for the only thing they know about you is that you're old and gay. And so you're driving down the street and you're getting appreciated because you are old and gay. And if you could give a few people in your community that experience, plus the people in the audience the experience of cheering and appreciating somebody being old and gay, that's a lot.
All right.
Who else? Back here.
I just had a suggestion to some of us who maybe from the Pride boards don't have so much on our plate as volunteers and really want to keep doing this because you really opened the doors for those of us who came after you, and if it wasn't for the struggles you went through, our lives could be even more difficult now. And one of the ones that we often participate in is as Pride months are coming around, April, May, June, a lot of senior centers have like a telephone buddy program type mindset, a phone call a week, a little bit of, hey, what's happening, and things like that. We end up sending Pride volunteers there too, and engage in the phone call to have a person-to-person conversation about, hey, this is what's happening, and even if you happen to be homebound, here's some of the ways that you could watch, or do you have a message you would like to send, and things of that nature. So that's just a very easy way to spend a 2-hour day, which most of us can drag out of our busy schedules, even around Pride time.
Another thing I'd add is, I don't know in different locales what your financial situation is, and you might have to keep this idea for another year, but part of what San Francisco Pride does is raise money and then put money in strategic places. And Pride was a major funder for the Lavender Scrolls Project. And the Lavender Scrolls are now going all over the Bay Area in lots of different locations. And they come every year to the Pride. So, think of how you can use your financial resources to jumpstart different things for elders. Okay, well, we have literature over here. We're going to be around for a while. We'll probably be here for about 5 minutes, and then we'll step out in the hallway and we'll be available. And again, if anybody wants to go to the Historical Society, let me know, and we can do that.